Welcome to this demo of Connected Devices from ThousandEyes. The scenario here is a new customer calls up their ISP and complains about a problem with their connection stability and buffering on Netflix. When they connect with customer service, it'll usually sound like a Wi-Fi or device-related issue, rather than anything outside of the network. The customer would usually be told to reboot devices or come back in a few days, and the agent would continue through the process. However, with Connected Devices from ThousandEyes, we can empower care agents with more information. Let's take a look at this in action. First, the care agent loads up Constant Care and searches for the user's home using their MAC address, which they pull from an internal system. Here we can get a good snapshot of the user's connection and their metrics. We can also drill down to see more information about their connection through the service provider provided metadata. Most importantly, the CMTS the user is connected to and their MAC domain, as well as the street cabinet they're aggregated through between their home and the CMTS. We can also see their circuit information as provided by the ISP. We can click on the month to show more data over a longer period of time. In the top of the screen, there's download, upload, latency, and packet loss. These are all metrics which are derived from the QoS test to the configured server. If we scroll down, the next section is disconnections. This explains when the device agent went offline or disconnected from the ThousandEyes cloud. This is driven through a WebSocket connection, so you can get data down to the second. Further down are results from scheduled tests. These are averaged across the day and can be expanded to show the result of every round. Traditionally, customer routers are configured only to run a small number of tests to avoid creating unnecessary or too much traffic. You can also run an instant test from the device agent, which will run a complete speed test, upload and download, and latency metrics. Looking through the disconnections, we can definitely see an issue here, which suggests a stability issue. From Constant Care, we can see the user is connected to ORD CMTS, which is the main aggregation point where the circuit terminates. Let's look at the Netflix test as well. It's highly likely that the issues would be based on the stability of the connection, but arguably there is a decent amount of bandwidth available, as when we saw with the speed test averages. If you scroll to the top and add a chart, we can select Netflix startup delay and Netflix bitrate reliably streamed. Here we can see the streaming bitrate is pretty stable. However, the startup delay is significant. We should expect a much lower value. The care agent from here knows the problem is definitely outside the user's home. Documenting this on the customer's ticket, the care agent escalates this through their escalation process. When the field engineering team receives the call, they start looking at the line via Constant Care and agree that there's definitely a problem with the physical circuit, rather than it being a problem with the CPE itself. For the field engineering team to dig in deeper, analytics is the real powerhouse of the platform, giving you access to every single metric that we collect from the device agent. Let's look at using Netflix as the core metric. First, we select Netflix startup delay, and we can change the time window to 30 days. We can set the splits to be CMTS and then load. As we can see, there are clearly some outliers at the top. Hovering over them, it's clear to see these are all related to the ORD CMTS. So let's filter down to that one. Now we can clearly see there's a huge difference in performance between the two MAC domains. This shows us that there are multiple users impacted, not just a single user. Switching over to the data table view, we can see a list of the impacted agents. And with that information, the team can do a proactive outreach to notify customers and let them know the issue has been identified and will be resolved shortly. With this information, the field engineering team were able to dispatch the engineer to review the circuit from the CMTS downwards toward the homes, saving significant time if they had not had this macro-level data. Thanks for watching.